Hey everybody, Sean's back from BoredParacord.com, and I've got another one to show you. I don't know the name, I don't know who created it, but it's been showing up quite a bit in the group, so I want to show you how to make this. And as I figure out who made it and what the name of it is, I will give credit in the description, so just check the description. Eventually we'll get down to it, but I've been asking for about a day or two now, and I've looked everywhere and I can't seem to find out what the name of it is or who created it. So just check back for that. What I have here is I've got about 6 feet of red and about 8 feet of charcoal. And the only reason why I did a little bit more charcoal is because this is the one that's going to do the S curve going back and forth, so it uses a little more paracord. And then here I've got about 3 feet of the white, which is going to be the 2 stripes going down the sides. So I have one of the 5/8 sleek buckles, and we're just going to start by putting cow's hitch on here. So cow's hitch can be done real easy with this buckle. You just take your center point, and you can use either side because it's a flat buckle, and we'll just go up through the center part here. Well, actually, you know what? Let's do this like we normally do, just so that we can make sure that if you're not using a sleek buckle, that you can still do this. So grab both ends, go up through the buckle from the bottom. Oh, I'm sorry, actually go down through the top. Okay. Open up your long cords and then reach through and grab your ends and pull everything through. Alright. And we'll go just like that. Get that cow's hitch tightened up on there. And then we're going to flip that over. I like to run the paracord through my fingers so it doesn't twist up on you. Oh, and I just dropped my buckle, so I'll have to do that over again. Alright, we'll get the red up there first. Now this video might go a little long because it is a little tricky. This tie is a little tricky. Alright, get all that pulled through. So I apologize in advance for going a little long on this one. That might have to be the way it's going to be on this one. Alright, so then we can open up the buckle. And then you want to set your length. So I always get my left cord coming out to the left side, right cord on the right. Pull this down just a little. And we'll go about that long, I think. That'll be a good length. Let's just make sure. And we're right at 8 inches. Alright, so I'm going to start this off. Now, the one that you want to do your S's, that's going to be the one that you run over the top to start your Solomon. The one that you want to do your fishtail part of it, that's going to be the part that you go underneath. So, well, I want the gray to be the one that does the S's on it. So I'm going to take the charcoal over the top. We're just doing this regular Solomon right now. Then you take the red over that gray or the charcoal, then up through the loop. Just like that. I don't want to pull this quite tight yet. Now what I want to do with the white, I want to take one end here and from the back side come up through this loop. Just pull it about halfway through. And then from the other side, go up through the other loop on the left side. You're just kind of ringing it around, pulling it up through the back. Let me zoom in on this so you can see what I've got going on here. So all I've done with the white is kind of looped it around the center strands there from the back side. And then you can go ahead and tighten this up. It should tighten up pretty good. Yep, there we go. And then just pull the white up through there, make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, so at this point, these are going to be our accent colors going down the sides. And then you have your center strands, which you're also going to be working around. And you have your 2 working ends, your red and your charcoal. Okay, so we've got the white coming up from around the back and then over top. So it's going to lay directly over top of the 2 center strands. Now what you want to do is you want to separate these two. See how I've got the white ones on top of the 2 center strands? And what we're going to do is we're just going to create an S loop. And we're going to sandwich that in between the white cords, your accent color, and the back cords, the center strands. Let me see if we can zoom in on this. There we go. So you're just going to sandwich, I'll show you again here, you're just going to take and create an S in there. So you got a loop on the left and a loop on the right. And it's sandwiched in between the center strands and your accent color. Now what you want to do is you want to open up these center strands. So you've got your red and your white on the left, and the charcoal center strand and the white are separated from left and right. Now the charcoal is always going to do this S looking thing here. Let me open this up a little. And the red one is always going to do the fishtail starting from the back. So you've got two holes here. You've got one here in the center and one here right below it in the center. Take your red, and if it's on the right side you want to take it to the left side, so you go up through the center and then immediately cross it down through the loop on the left and pull all of your excess through. Now I've tried to tie this a few different ways, and this is by far the easiest way that I've found. You don't have to do it like this, but it is the easiest way that I have found. There might be an easier way to do this. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to pinch right on top of where everything intersects right here, and then pull all of the excess slack out. So we got a little extra red right here, so I want to get rid of that red, so I'm going to pull up through the center and then reach down through the back and pull that red down. Okay, now that gives us another loop. So you're back to square one, but you're going the other way now. So you're going left to right now. So just grab the end again, go up through the center, and then immediately go down through the loop on the right and pull everything through. And at this point, what I do is I grab hold of all four strands that are running down the center, push everything up, and then reach over here and pull out that. And then you just kind of want to make everything look nice and uniform. And I like to do mine a little tighter than probably most of you. There we go. And then you're back to the very beginning again. Now the looser you do this, the cooler it kind of looks, because you have these reds on the outside and it look like that's probably where I want to do this. So now you just want to duplicate what you just did so that everything's in a nice line, so it's not all like jagged looking. So we're just going to do the same thing. We want to separate the white strands from the two center strands, and then we want to create a loop starting on the left side first, and then bring your charcoal back to the right. So you're just sandwiching this S in between the white and the center strands. Alright, then we open these up again, and you've got your hole right there where the red comes up through, and then immediately crosses over down through that loop. And then I'm going to pinch everything right there. And remember, you want to try and pull that nice and tight. See, that would be a little off, and you don't want to pull it so tight that it kind of dips in. You want it to be nice and even, nice and parallel with the other one right next to it. And then pull your excess with the red out. And then we'll go down one section where we got a hole here. Come up from the bottom, immediately cross over, and go down through that loop. And then we can pull that charcoal nice and tight. Alright, and I want to go a little tighter than that just so it's even with the one right next to it. Alright, I'm going to do one more set here. Try and get everything nice and even. I think that looks good. So separate the white from the center strands. Create that S loop. Now you could do one loop at a time. I just like to keep my charcoal on one side. Alright, so you've got your S loop again. You want to take the red up through the center, cross over off to the left, pull her through. So this is probably one of the harder ones that I've done, but it looks outstanding when it's finished. Alright, so we'll pinch right here, pull this charcoal through. And I just went back just on that one just to pull this one a little more tight than the last one I did. Alright, and then just look at it. Yep, there we go. Pull this one a little tighter. And pull the red down through. Alright, and then open that up. Get that center hole. Bring your red up through there. And then go down through that loop. Just like that. Alright, so I'm going to get this all finished up for you guys. And then I'll show you how to cut your ends, where to cut them, how to finish up the bracelet. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm down at the bottom here, and at this point, when you have just enough room that you have a small hole here, what you want to do is you want to run your white down through the bottom, and that's where you're going to end up cutting them. Get one white down there, and then we'll go ahead and put this other white one through there. If you got a set of fids, it would probably be at a good time to use them right now. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take the charcoal back off to the left side. The red one's going to go back down through that loop. These white ones back a little bit. Actually, I messed that up. It's going to go over top of that loop. And then we are going to do, from this point, we're going to do a Solomon to finish off the bracelet. So just take your red over top of the charcoal here, around the back, grab a hold of that, pull her through. Probably not the best way to finish off this nice bracelet, but if you come up with another way, a better way, let me know. Alright, so we'll just get that pulled nice and tight. And then we're going to cut it here, here, and we're also going to cut these two right here and singe those in. Alright, so let's get going on that real quick. Zoom out a little bit there. Sorry about that. I accidentally hit the wrong button there. Alright, so we got the red one nice and tight. Charcoal, I got about 2.5 feet left, maybe 3. And that was out of 8 feet, so the charcoal, I would say for an 8-inch bracelet, go with 7 feet, you should be plenty good. I always go a little more than I need because I hate running out in the middle of a video. I've only done it once and I told myself I'd never do that again. There we go. Alright, now to the back. I cut both of these. The back looks pretty cool too. I like the back. And I apologize for this being the boring part. Go ahead and get that nice and smooth. You want to make sure you get the back side of this really smooth so it doesn't irritate your skin, which I think that'll be pretty good. Get our buckle put back together. And there we have it. I don't have a name for this. I just looked again right before I came back. Don't have a name, don't have an originator, but if you do find it, please let me know. I'll get that posted. I'll give credit to whoever made this. And hope you like it. Please check out the Paracord On Facebook page. It's facebook.com/group/Paracord On, no spaces in there. And we'll see you there. Until next time, Paracord On.